How to fish when fish rise off the bottom in summer. You must try suspended fishing. In summer, when temperatures are high, many anglers choose to fish during the early morning bite. But after 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, bottom fishing usually stops getting bites. Even if there are plenty of bubbles in your bait feeding spot, the fish still won't take the hook, right? This is because in the hot and stuffy summer weather, fish have risen off the bottom and swum upward. If you keep insisting on bottom fishing at this point, you'll end up with an empty catch for sure. If bottom fishing isn't working, you must try suspended fishing. Below, I'll teach you how to adjust your rig and fish in this way. If you're fishing in flowing water, the effect is even better. It even has a lovely name, going with the flow. As long as you read through this patiently, it will definitely help you. Step 1. Pull the float back along with the leader line. Stop when the float is just short of reaching the lead weight. The purpose of this is to prevent the leader line from tangling with the float during rig adjustment. First, make sure the weight of your lead sinker is greater than the buoyancy of your float. Cast it into the water and ensure it fully submerges the float. Step 2. Next, load 2 baits for each cast. Try to keep the 2 baits roughly the same size. Trim the lead sinker repeatedly until the float, with both baits attached, shows 3 segments above the water surface. Remember to pull back the wind line slightly with each cast. This ensures the number of segments you adjust to is the most accurate. We adjust to 3 segments to account for differences in the size of the pulled bait. If the bait is a bit larger, the float may only show 1 segment, which still works. If the bait is a bit smaller, the float may show 4 or 5 segments, and you can still fish with that. Step 3. Attach a small piece of lead sinker to the upper hook. Make sure it fully submerges the float, then push the float upward to find the bottom. Keep trying until the float shows 4 or 5 segments. This means you've found the bottom. Since we adjusted to 3 segments in mid-water, the float will only show 4 or 5 segments when both hooks are completely on the bottom. Remove the lead from both hooks, and you're ready to fish on the bottom. If there are no bites when bottom fishing and you want to switch to suspended fishing, simply pull the float down by 10 to 20 centimeters. Your hook and bait will then rise 10 to 20 centimeters off the bottom, which is usually the height crucian carp stay when off the bottom. Key tips. Now that you're fishing suspended off the bottom, you need to increase your casting frequency. If there are no bites while fishing suspended, twitch the rod slightly or gently lift the rod tip to make the hook and bait move underwater. This stimulates the fish to bite. You can also push the lead sinker up by about 30 centimeters to create a short flying line, which extends the swing of the leader line and gives the fish more time to spot the bait. If there's flowing water, for example, the current is moving to the right, cast at the 11 o'clock direction and let the hook and bait drift with the current. Lift the rod when the float reaches the 1 o'clock direction, keeping it within this range. Strike when there's a bite in this area. Don't wait until the float drifts 4 or 5 meters away, or you'll end up with your bait feeding spot scattered across that entire 4 to 5 meter area. If you want to switch back to bottom fishing, just push the float up to the position you used for bottom fishing earlier. Switching between bottom fishing and suspended fishing is that simple. Did you learn it? About the author: I'm a fishing enthusiast and self-media blogger who loves sharing. Follow me, and we'll exchange fishing skills and discuss every detail of wild fishing for anglers. Give a like, save, and follow to never miss future updates.